Welcome back, everyone. Wildwind94 here. It's episode 2 in Sweet Transit, the game all about resource management with trains. Last episode, we got our map picked out, we got our little town set up, we got our warehouse set down, and we got our coal production going. Enough so that we have unlocked wood production. Today, we're going to get that going. We're going to get a couple trains on some tracks, and it's going to be a good time. Or maybe even get to unlocking potatoes for episode 3. That'd be a real joy. So, in between episodes here, I did a little bit of modification up here, future-proofing this just a little bit. We're going to have coal coming out of our coal mine to our wood distribution center. And in order to prevent trains being backed up, we're going to have 2 tracks in here. Pretty easy to do. Come in here and you build a second line, right? You got all this space to build. You just space it out, and then this is a bridge. Just click on one of these green squares and you drag it over, and as soon as it's green on another green square there, you let it go. Now this is where you're gonna have to start worrying about your wealth just a little bit. The bridge has a cost to build, but then it is also 5 upkeep. The station platform is just a build cost, so it's gonna be okay though. This is a necessity. We've got our rails coming out here. That way we can have a second train taking our coal out to our wood production and to our warehouse. We're going to need coal coming to the warehouse so we can build more trains. And then we're going to need it going to our wood production as well. So I want to first probably look at wood production. And I think it's going to be best if we probably do that up here. We're not going to be able to build it on this lighter color green. You actually can't build any type of planting stuff on that, so we got to stay on this color. It's a shame. It's like a marshy kind of area. I'm guessing probably future features are going to be on that. Warehouse is here. We might be able to do it down here. Just a quick line in. Should be enough room down here for all of what we're going to need. So industries, Sawmill is going to be in here. And again, distribution center is going to allow us to have many of those. And we're going to kind of scrunch it down just a little bit so then we can have our train come in at the top, and we're going to run this next to it all the way up to the top, all the way over, same down this side. But on this back side we're going to stop one short. Our industry has to be within this square, and if we stop one short we can actually put 2 sawmill buildings on this square. It actually allows us to get a little bit more out of this distribution center, and everything requires wood production for upkeep, so we're going to need to have quite a bit of wood coming out of this spot. So again, if we put wood down here, when we put our station down, it's going to automatically call this sawmill, and we won't have to rename that station, which is super helpful. So we'll do this right off the rip, and that is set up. And small station, pop it out the front there. It's already named, which is wonderful. Good to go. Now we're not going to put any fuel here because we are going to have our coal get brought into the warehouse, and this train is going to go to the warehouse here. And it will get its fuel from here. And then our people train, we're actually going to have this train bring some coal as well as people. It's a little tricky, but we can actually manage to do it. So we're going to get this line set up first. And it's going to end up coming in here. So we're going to bring that through, and it's going to come down here. We're going to need to expand our station. So right across. Nice. And then give ourselves some room out there. I like to just give ourselves some room. We're more than likely going to have to, end up ripping some stuff up at some point in time, but if you give yourself a little bit of room, little trick here, delete that part, hold control, hover over it, deletes the whole section. It'll save you a lot of time. Signals, did not do the other end yet. Bada boom. Good. And that should be good. Now, we will have to connect this just so then we can get our train from the depot onto this line. Okay? And putting signals there so then creates a block and our train can get in here. We should be good then. And we got a sawmill set up. And thinking about it, we're going to need wood coming out of here. We should just set this up for that and actually delete that. So then our wood can come out and go to the sawmill. Not the sawmill, the warehouse. Words are hard sometimes, guys. Planning ahead so we don't have to change things, right? That'll come in, drop people off. That'll go out to the warehouse. Our little train is doing a fantastic job. Alright, so this guy's going to need to start bringing coal back. So let's go in here and we're going to design a train to do that. So we've got 2 for people, and then we can actually put coal cars on there. Now we've got too many, and we're actually not going to be going back and forth anymore. So lengthen tiles out of 11. We can only build 11 long, so 10.5. This is what we're going to be at. So this is going to be our train design for the moment. So that's going to be that. Now we have to go and redesign our line here to allow this train to come and loop back around. So we're going to bring this line down. We're going to give it kind of a loop. And I'm making it a bigger loop so that when it gets some more cars on there, it's got room to be able to do so. We don't want to have any type of crashes. And do our signals. And then we're going to have to do the same thing on this end. And we are actually on this end. I lied, guys. And I will show you why. So we're going to redo the route, and you will see why. Alright, so our loop is set up now. We are going to open our route, and we're going to sell that train. We're going to add a couple destinations on here. So we're going to hit this station twice, right? And we're going to hit the first one is going to be unload coal. And then the second one is going to be swap workers, and that's very important. If you do swap workers first, when it comes back and it loops around and hits the station, it's going to drop everybody off, and then it's going to leave with no people. Tested it many, many, many times, and it does it every single time. If you unload, and then when it comes back down, it deals with the people, it'll pick up fresh people, and then leave the station, and it'll be full of people. And then you have to do the same thing down here, right? So the first one is going to be load, full cargo, and the second loop is going to be swap workers. And you notice right now it's got these little endpoints here. It's going to freak out if you put a little point here, then it'll come back in and it'll loop around. I have not had it be successful without adding this little point in between these two stops. So it'll do 1, it'll do 0.2, it'll loop around 3, and then 4, 5. Now to make your life easier when adding trains, if you have a route open and you select this, it'll always have your route, since we only have one, it doesn't matter. It'll always have your route that's selected at the top with a little asterisk next to it. And then it makes it easier instead of having to scroll through and find it. So this is our train that we want. We're going to hit build. That should be good. Good to go. And while that's going, we're going to select it so we can see. Make sure if you select all here, you'll see all of the, forgot my words, all of the stuff that this train is holding. While this is going, we're going to pay attention to this, and we're going to build another route. And this route is going to be for, hello? You? To you. Good. Alright, so this train, it's going to try to unload, cargo at 0, it's going to go to 0.2, and it went on the wrong. It's going to be an issue, isn't it? Should have known. It wasn't going to be that easy for us. Cool. It'll be alright. The trains will figure themselves out. And then this time, when it stops up here, it will load people up, and we'll see the people down here. Little workers getting loaded up and on their way. And fresh batch of people headed off. We're good to go. Good. Alright, let's get this loaded up. Time passed. Time passed. And keeping everything the same. It's going to be workers. And I like yellow for the wood trains. That is good to go. We're going to build one of those back and forth trains again. So just like this, and then now we'll get to see. So this is our highlighted one with the little asterisk. Good. And we'll build. And as soon as this train gets out of the way, it'll be able to shoot on back. And that'll get going. And our wood train is probably going to run out of fuel. But that's okay. Now we're going to look at getting our warehouse built up. So again, we're going to come out, we're going to build as far out as possible. We do not need to build inside of that. We can build our first station right up against it. This maximizes our space. Warehouse 1. And late game, we are going to need it. We're going to have so many trains coming in here. Oof. It is crazy. And we actually, wood is probably going to be on the outside. So let's go ahead and get that ready. Coal's probably going to come in on the inside. And wood will come, they'll both end up coming in the top. We'll go ahead and bring them out, and then we'll have this round. Put my signal so I don't have to worry about it. As soon as we get back, we can send a signal line out. Good. Are we above or below that? We are above. Nice little mountain pass. And getting wood is pretty important. All right. Good. Good. Both of our signals are set. People are arriving just in time. There we go. 100% efficiency going. Love to see it. Good to go there. We are going to do a little line to get our train down. And one up here. That way as the train is going through here, these lines aren't held up. Let's get train back and forth, delivering wood. I like to put this on here because we need those for sure, and now we can get up to 10. We just drag this down. So that's our train. And we've got all of our trains here now, so they're all moving and looking wonderful, which is great. These guys are running on their separate lines, bringing coal in. The station doing good. We're going to have to work next episode on getting some more people. Now that we have wood coming in and out, we'll be able to start building some more houses. We will bring our coal line down, start having some coal as well to keep this train moving efficiently. So, thanks for hanging out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to hit that follow button, leave a like, and until next time, guys, take care.